Honest talk, I am not where I thought I had been. Hi, my name is Dammy, and welcome to Still Becoming. If you are new here, this is a quiet space where I have honest conversations and about growth, about healing, and what it feels like to rebuild yourself. No pretense, no filter, just real talk from someone who is very much in the middle of the journey. Today, I want to talk about something I have never said out loud before. The gap between where I am and where I thought I would be, and what I'm learning from doing that. So if you've ever felt you were falling behind your own life, stay with me. This one is for you. Let me tell you a story about a younger version of me. She had a plan not written somewhere, not a vision board or a 5-year strategy. No, she had a picture in her head and a quiet details of what her life would look like or supposed to look like. A certain kind of stability and a career that made sense, a version of herself that felt settled on all areas of her life, and that she had finally figured it out. She believed in that picture. She held on to it on hard days. She worked towards it, even when things were not going the way she had hoped. And then life happened. And this picture, that beautiful certain pictures that started to look less and less of what she actually was. I remember the first time I felt it, the gap. I was sitting in my room one evening, quiet, just me and my thoughts. And I look at my life. I really look at my life. And something in my chest gets heavy. Because it did not look like the picture I have imagined for myself, the picture that I've planned for myself while I was growing up. I made a new plan again. I told myself, okay, new direction, new skill, new version of me. Let's go. I threw myself into learning, into building, into starting over and starting over and starting over all over again. For example, I learned what's called front-end development. I did content creation. I learned WordPress, new work as a new technician. Picking up those pieces and trying to build something out of them. And every single time I started something new, I will feel this spark of hope that, okay, maybe this is it. Maybe this thing that closes the gap, but the gap was still there. And slowly, quietly, the exhaustion started to set in. There was a night I remember very clearly. I was sitting in my desk, laptop open, journal beside me, and I just stopped. Not dramatically, not with tears or breakdown. I just stopped, and I sat there in the quiet, and I let myself feel something I had been running from for a very long time. Grief. Real, honest grief for the life I thought I would have had by now. For the version of me I thought I would be. For the plans that fell through and the opportunities that disappears after, and the moments where I genuinely did not know if things would ever change. I want to tell you, it was one of the hardest things I have ever felt, ever let myself feel. Because when you are someone who keeps going, who keeps trying, who keeps rebuilding, and sitting still with a grief felt like giving up. But it was not giving up. I was finally being honest. Here is what nobody told me about being the woman who keeps trying. There is a specific kind of loneliness in it, because from the outside you look strong, you look like someone who has it together, you look like an ambitious, resilient, and all those beautiful words people use. But on the inside, you are carrying questions that feel too heavy to say out loud. Am I behind? Is there something wrong with me? Why does it feel easier for everyone else? And I carried those questions for so long that they started to feel like the truth. And one day, sitting in that quiet room, in that quiet grief, I decided to challenge them. What if being here in this exact place at this exact point is not the wrong place to be? What if the non-linear path, the tour, the starting over, what if none of that was wasted? What if every skills I tried to learn was adding something to me, even when it did not work out? What if the version of me that kept going when she had every reason to stop? What if she's actually the most remarkable things about her life? I started seeing my journey differently that night. Not as a series of failure or a missed timeline, but as the story of a woman who refuses to stop believing in herself, even when the evidence was thin, even when the pictures looked nothing like she imagined, even when she was tired, especially when she was tired. So I'm still not where I thought I would be. I want to be honest about that. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that I have figured it all out and now everything makes sense. No, I'm still in the middle of it. But something has shifted. The gap does not feel like failure anymore. It feels like space where something is really being built. Something I cannot fully see yet. Something that is taking longer than I planned, but it's becoming more real every single day. And I have made space, slowly, imperfectly, with the fact that my timeline was never going to look like anyone else, because my story was never going to be anyone else. It was always going to be mine. It has always been mine, and no one else. I'm still trying to become the person I have always wanted to be. If you're watching this and you feel that gap, if you're sitting in that room somewhere now holding a picture of a life that's not arrived yet, I want you to hear this from someone who understands it from the inside. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not the only one. You are just a woman with a story that is still being written. And the fact that you are still here, still watching, still looking for something that speaks to what you are feeling, that means you have not given up. And that is the most important thing. Do not give up, Dammy. I mean it. Do not give up. Keep going and keep becoming. Before I go, if this video resonate with you, if something I said today made you feel a little less alone in your journey, I want to invite you to subscribe to this channel. I post honest conversation like this once a week about growth, about healing, about what it really looks like to build yourself quietly when something is not showing forth, or when nobody is watching. No toxic positivity, no pretense, just real soft, honest talk. Hit the subscribe buttons and turn on your notifications so you never miss a video. And if you are comfortable, leave me a comment below. Tell me one thing you are still becoming. I read every single comment and I would love to hear your story. Thank you so much for being here today. Genuinely, it means so more than you know. This is Still Becoming with Dammy, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. All right. Bye.